All right. Happy Monday, everybody. I hope everybody had a great weekend. Did anybody show property or have open houses or anything like that this weekend? Any busy work? Productive but busy work? No? All right. Well, then we got to get after it so that we can get some appointments going on, right? So, um, welcome to the weekly industry update. We are going to go ahead and get started and so that we can send you on your way and you can have your data for the week, hopefully to put in some videos or share with some of your sphere of influence, which is the best way to show and build credibility, right? That in our industry. All right, and this is the end of the month. So although this is as of Saturday, this is, as close to the end of the month as we're going to get because the next one will be as of the second. So it will be end of month, but this is a good indicator in terms of how we're doing. This is the first month of the second quarter, right? Now we know BTCPA compliant. Please, please, please do not get out there calling people you know you're not supposed to be calling, because it has just gotten really litigious and people will take that opportunity to report you, right? And get fined. You could get fined. Oh, you visited an open house in your area. Great job, Santiago. That's awesome. That's awesome. And I know Natalie was actually going to tour homes in her area and do her video. Natalie, were you able to do that?
No, because I talked to Diana and she said that I can't post like other people's content unless I'm part of the board, or I can't promote myself until I'm part of the board.
Really?
Yeah, and Ed gave me the same information too. He said that I can't promote
Okay.
myself until like I'm part of the board.
Okay, so he said you can't even promote yourself until you're part of the board. I'll talk to him about that. That is a good that is good to know. I was not aware that you can't even promote. I know you can't do a deal,
No,
but
I
I
can't
didn't
do a deal, and then I
know.
can't let people know that like if I go to like an open house, I can't show the listing or anything. I can't promote myself.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, then there's new information. I hope you guys know most of the people that are on are part of the board, but good to know, Natalie. So we'll have to talk about ways that you can partner then with an agent, um, because obviously you want to start doing some business. So anyway, side note, we'll talk about that. Okay. Um, all right. So TCPA compliant, be TCPA compliant. Don't get out there talking to people you know you're not supposed to talk to. Right. Los Angeles County is up first. So in LA County, for sale properties is actually up 7.6% as compared to last month. So we've had more listings come on the market as compared to last month, and it's up 4.1% as compared to last year. So we in LA County, we do have more for sale inventory on the market as compared to last year. Sold inventory is up 4.4% as compared to last month. That's good. That's a really positive sign. However, we are still down 4.7% as compared to last year. So we are lagging the market. We are lagging last year's market, or we're slower than last year's market, to the tune of 4.7%. Okay. Pendants are down 6.2% as compared to last month, and up 0.1% as compared to last year. Again, it's in the positive, so that's a good sign, right? But two out of the three are in the green and one red, and it's the most. I mean, quite frankly, sold properties. That's what we look at to measure the kind of the strength of our market, like how the market is doing. And obviously, we're down 4.7%. It's not huge, you guys, but it definitely just shows you that we are slower, right? All right. New listings are down 10% as compared to last month and down 6.5% as compared to last year. So we do not have as much new listing inventory as we did last year, right? Which is obviously a part of is part of the slowdown. All of it accumulates to be a part of the slowdown. But we've had development costs go up, like construction costs go up, developers slow down, hence not as much new listing inventory as we had last year. Average active price has gone down 1.8% as compared to last month and down 8% as compared to last year. So in LA County, guys, sellers are asking for 8% less than they did last year. That's a pretty significant number. However, as you can see, the average sold price has only gone down 1.9%. So they're asking 8% less, but they're actually receiving 1.9% less than they did last year. Okay. So that's a little more comforting, especially for sellers, that their house prices have not depreciated 8%. It has gone down 1.9%, which is very it's considered flat, right? A flat market that hardly any change. However, you got to be hyper local because depending on where you're at in LA County, house prices can be more, house prices can be less, right? All right. Months of inventory has gone up 6.1% as compared to last month. Last month, we were at 3.3 months of inventory. Currently, we're at 3.5 months of inventory, and has gone up 8.1% as compared to last year. Last year, we were at 3.7 months of inventory. Currently, 4 months of inventory. So in LA County, we are knocking on the door of a normal market, right? In LA County. Average days on market has gone down 19%. So last month we were at 42 days on market, currently 34 days on market. Okay. And then last year, a 10.3% increase because last year we were at 39 days on market and currently 43 days on market. Now, don't get it twisted. You guys know you do not have 43 days to get your client in a home, right? Or to see a home. You've got to get out there and have that sense of urgency right from the get go. Because if anybody who's been in this business any length of time, that property's been on market for 2 weeks, no offers, no nothing. By the time you take your client, she's got 2 offers, or the agent has 2 offers. It's wild. It always happens. So get your client out there first. Don't think about this and say, "Oh, we've got um, a lot of time to get there." You don't. All right. Sold versus original list price, no change. Sellers are receiving 97% of list price last month and this month. There's a 1% decrease as compared to last year. Last year, excuse me, we were at 98% of list price. Currently, sellers are receiving 97% of their list price, which is still high. That is a high number, high percentage, right? Very close to 100. In the Orange County area, for sale properties is up 12.6% as compared to last month. However, it is down 0.4% as compared to last year. So that is moving in the wrong direction, right? And then sold properties are up 2% as compared to last month. And that's a good sign that you've got more closings than we did last month so far. That's good. However, we are down 3.4% as compared to last year. Okay. So again, both LA County and Orange County, we are in the negative in terms of closings as compared to last year. Pendants are down 9.2% as compared to last month and up 0.1% as compared to last year. So just like LA County, Orange County pendants are up very, very slightly, right? So hopefully we will see, we are in our spring market right now. So we're hoping that this spring and summer market will rebound and we'll see more sales, but that will heavily depend on what's going on in our economy, right? All right. New listings are down 17% as compared to last month, and down 8.6% as compared to last year. So we just do not have, we don't have as much inventory coming on the market, new listing inventory coming on the market as we did last year. Okay. And again, we talked about some of those reasons in terms of construction costs being higher, and it just being more costly for builders, and the fact that demand has slowed down as a result of interest rates going up, as a result of the war, as a result of layoffs in the government, things that just have been going on that have caused more buyers to take a step back and look and say, should I really buy? Now, those people who need to buy because they're being evicted or being evicted, well, in some cases, yeah, being evicted, meaning their landlord is selling the place, and now they realize they don't want to rent anymore, or they have life changes, right? Those are the people who need to buy right now, and those are the people that we need to service, right? And we need to find those people, find the motivated. We talked about that. Find the motivated. What is the reason for the slowdown on why Orange County is lagging behind other counties? Never mind. Okay. Yep, I kind of mentioned that. All right. Here we go. Average active price is down 3.7% as compared to last month, and down 7.8% as compared to last year. Now, Orange County is a little bit different than obviously LA County, because although sellers in Orange County are asking 7.8% less than they did last year, look at that. They're receiving 2.4% higher than they did last year. Okay. Now, we know once we get to a few more slides right here, we know why. Inventory in Orange County is low, right? They're in a severe seller's market. We are sitting at last month 2.1 months of inventory, currently 2.4 months of inventory. That's a 14.2% increase. And then a 3.8% increase overall. Last year, we were at 2.7 months of inventory, currently 2.8 months of inventory. So although moving in the right direction, right? But yeah, moving in the right direction, it still is a severe seller's market. You've only got 2.8 months of inventory on the market, which means that if we stop selling properties today, it would only take 2.8 months of time for all the properties on the market to be sold. That's what that means. That's called your absorption rate. Okay. The market would deplete itself in 2.8 months. Okay. See, is there a prediction on how the market will do this summer? They are just predicting. No, not actually. There is no like solid prediction, if you will. Now we have a Buffini mid-year bold prediction is on the 30th, which is Thursday, I believe. I believe that's Thursday. And that's going to be, Buffini gives his prediction on what the market is going to do on the back half. So don't miss out on that. We're going to be doing that in-house. We're going to be having a viewing party in-house. I believe it starts at 9 o'clock. So you need to get here on time. But that is one of the ones that we listen to understand what the prediction is on the back end. But the predictions so far that I've heard really vary because of the political, economical, or economy, those types of things that are going on right now. So we gotta kind of stay tuned. Okay. And I think what Brian Buffini is going to say, if this happens, then he predicts this to happen. But if this happens, he's predicting this to happen. And he's going to have Lawrence Yun on there, the National Association of Realtors economists. So you'll be able to hear from him as well. Okay. All right. Average days on market has gone down 16.7%. So last month we were at 36 days on market, currently 30 days on market. And then a 15.2% increase overall last year. Last year we were at 33 days on market, currently 38 days on market. Okay. That increased 15.2%. Sold versus original list price has gone down 1% over last month. Last month we were at 97% of list price. Currently, sellers in Orange County are receiving 96% of list price. Again, which is still good in the upper 90s. And same as far as last month. Sorry, there we go. Same as far as last month. Last year. Last year we were receiving 97% of list price. This year, 96% of list price so far. All right, let's go to Riverside County. Riverside County for sale properties has gone up 5.1% as compared to last month. However, it's down 5.2% as compared to last year. Okay, so all the counties for sale inventory is down. Okay, for sale properties are down. All right, that's all the counties. We're going to see that also, I believe, in San Bernardino County. Sold has gone down 4.6% as compared to last month. and down 5.8% as compared to last year. Okay. Pendants are up 10.1% as compared to last month, which is a great sign, and up 1.7% as compared to last year. So again, pendants are up across the board, even though in LA County and Orange County, it's slightly up 0.1%, I think, in both areas. Riverside is a little bit higher, but still very small amount, but it is on the upswing. So that's a good sign. New listing inventory is down 13.7% as compared to last month and down 11.6% as compared to last year. Again, same story as the other two counties. We are seeing that across the board, right? Average active price is down 1.3% as compared to last month and down 3.2% as compared to last year. So in Riverside County, sellers are asking 3.2% less than they did last year, and they're receiving 1.2% less than they did last year. Okay. So unlike LA County and Orange County, where I think the deficit is or there is no deficit. It was a little, no, it was a deficit in LA County, huh? LA County did have a little bit of deficit. Orange County, they were receiving more, like 2.1% more, or something like that, right? Well, Riverside County sellers are receiving 1.2% less, which is very small, and considered a flat market. And you know that in some areas that's going to be, they're receiving higher. In some areas, they're receiving even lower than that. That's where we've got to be hyper local and really show our sellers what's going on in their specific neighborhood, not just globally, but in their specific neighborhood. Okay. All right. Months of inventory has gone up 15.4% as compared to last month. Last month, we had 3.2 months of inventory, currently 3.7 months of inventory. And overall, a 2.5% change as compared to last year. Last year, we were sitting at 3.9 months of inventory, currently 4 months of inventory. So in Riverside County, we actually are knocking on the door of that normal market. Okay. In Riverside County, we're knocking on the door of that normal market. Average days on market has gone down 8.9%. So last month we were at 56 days on market, currently 51 days on market. Overall, a 7.7% increase. So last year we were at 52 days on market, currently 56 days on market overall. Sold versus original list price has gone down 5.2%. Last year we were sitting at, I'm sorry, last month we were sitting at 96% of list price, currently 91. So there must have been a few properties in there that really took a hit, right? Because to be sitting at 91% of list price, there must have been like, and it depends on how many have sold this month. But somebody took a significant drop. And then overall, a 1% decrease because last year we were at 96% of list price. Currently, sellers are receiving 95% of their list price. Okay. And you guys know prices drop for a lot of different reasons, not just because the buyer, or I'm sorry, the seller got it wrong. A lot of the time that's it, right? Is that the seller wanted way more than what they were what the market would bear. But the seller knew, like, I'm fishing, right? And when they got an offer and the realtor convinced them, hey, you need to take this offer. This is a really good offer. But it was less, but it was probably exactly what it should be, right? Because that's what the market will bear. The market will only bear what a buyer will pay for a property, right? And typically that goes right in line with the comps or the actives on the market. You just can't, your seller can't just put a number out there just because they want to get it, right? It has to make sense for the market. So a lot of times you see these numbers off a little bit. And it's because sellers get out there fishing, but they in their heart know that they'll accept less, but that skews our numbers. All right. So we're done with Riverside. Let's go to San Bernardino County, last county of the day. So for sale properties is up 8% as compared to last month and 6.3% decrease as compared to last year. So again, across the board, we just don't have as much inventory as we did last year on the market. Sold properties is up 1.1% as compared to last month and 3% down as compared to last year. So San Bernardino County, no different than all the rest. We are lagging last year's market right now. It's not huge numbers. So we can rebound from these numbers. We can. However, we're going to keep an eye on this. Hopefully our spring and summer will will push us over. Pendants are up 1.2% as compared to last month and up 0.8% as compared to last year. New listings are down 10% as compared to last month and down 10% as compared to last year. So not as much new listing inventory across the board, right? No, none of the counties have as much new listing inventory as they did last year. Okay, so if you are feeling the squeeze on the market, it's because it is a squeeze because we don't have as much inventory as we did last year. Okay. Average active price is up 1.6% as compared to last month and down 0.9% as compared to last year. So in San Bernardino County, sellers are asking for 0.9% less than they did last year, and they are receiving 1.7% less than they did last year. Okay. Not a big number, but definitely still a little bit less than they did last year overall. Okay. Months of inventory in San Bernardino County is up 11% as compared to last month. Last month, we're at 3.6 months of inventory, currently 4 months of inventory, and down 4.5% over last year. Last year, we're at 4.5 months of inventory, currently 4.3 months of inventory. So in San Bernardino County, we are in a normal market. Okay. That means that for every buyer or for every seller, there's a buyer, right? And sellers may have to stay on the market longer. Matter of fact, they are staying on the market longer because there's more inventory out there. Okay. Now I know I said there's not as much inventory as there was last year, right? We saw that in the numbers. There's not as much existing inventory that has come on the market as last year. Not as much new listing inventory that has come on the market as compared to last year. And yet there's not as much buyer demand either. Okay. So that's also what's contributing to that. There's not as much buyer demand either. Okay. In San Bernardino County. So this is a pretty normal market. So what does that mean? That means that there's the buyers out there probably have a little bit more leverage in that they can get seller concessions. Now, that's not in every area. I'm going to tell you right now, that's not in every area because in San Bernardino County, there's some very popular areas. And in those areas, there's still multiple offer situations. Okay. And there's still bidding wars going on. It just really depends on the property, the area. Okay. So you got to pay attention to that when you're out there helping your buyers, right? And your sellers, because you want to make sure you set the proper expectations for them, right? All right. Average days on market has gone down 10.7% as compared to last month. Last month, we're sitting at 56 days on market, currently 50 days on market. And then a 16.3% increase overall. Last year, we were at 49 days on market, currently 57 days on market. Okay. Sold versus original list price, no change. 97 sellers are receiving 97% of their list price this month and last month. And a 1% decrease as compared to last year. Last year, sellers were getting 98%, currently 97% of their list price. Okay. All right. So, any questions about our numbers? No. All righty. All right. Upcoming events for the week. This is the last week of April. We have got our industry update. We've got group coaching at noon. We have got role play conversations and role play at 9 tomorrow morning. I'll be leading that for Diana. At 3 o'clock, we've got Beyond the Basics of Opportunities. This is with our regional tech trainer. We've got Ed on Wednesday and Thursday. And then let's see his topic. He's going to be talking about residential leasing pitfalls, you guys. That's on Wednesday. And then the DRE bulletin on what to look out for at 10 a.m. on Thursday. We have got our tech workshop with Martha on Wednesday at 1. Make sure that you guys attend that. It is in person. We have got Eileen at Thursday doing rapid fire and role play, and that's on Zoom at 9 a.m. Handling the objections. So be on that. And then also we have Ed right after that, right? And next week we've got our Cinco de Mayo potluck. So make sure you guys sign up at the front desk. It is a potluck. Make sure you sign up at the front desk. You could call if you're not coming in, call the front desk, email, and make sure that you guys sign up for whatever dish you're going to be bringing or ask what we need. And then you guys can participate. We'd love to have you. We always have such a good time. Then we have retirement planning on May 8th. That this is next week. I just wanted to put it on there, put it on your radar so you can put it on your calendar. Step in. He's a licensed financial professional. He is going to be talking about our retirement planning. And this is a good topic. We do not have a retirement plan, guys. So it would be in our best interest to plan for this, right? So make sure that you attend. All right. Make sure that you attend. You guys know about Ignite After Dark. If you want to participate, it's on Tuesdays. You can click the QR code. It's at 6:30 and it's all online. Okay. So, and it's taught by like the top productivity coaches in the country. Okay. So this is a really good opportunity. We've got the real estate referral program with Airbnb. And then we've got, oh, I didn't update this. So your Millionaire Real Estate Agent podcast, this week they are talking to two guys who are partners and they have built a big property management company. I think they manage 800 doors. They make a couple million, a couple million plus in revenue every year. They have a pretty big team though. But I was listening to it this morning. It is really interesting how they built their property management business. They wanted to build a business that had residual income for them, right? And that was real estate adjacent. And so this is what they chose was the property management company. Both of them kind of had a leasing background coming from working with apartments and such. And so it's a very interesting model, but they lay it out. They lay out the org chart, the budget, the economics, the whole thing. It's all there. So listen in. It's a really good listen, especially if it's something that you've considered. Okay. All right. And then the One Thing podcast, listen in. It's a great, again, the One Thing podcast is just great for the soul. I just like it. It's just great for the soul. Mega Camp is coming up. That's in San Antonio, Texas, and that is going to be on August 17th through the 20th. If you are planning on attending, make sure you let me know. Right now, you do have early bird pricing, $849, but that expires the end of this month, $429. Okay, guys, $849. That's a $350 savings. I'm thinking about going. I haven't committed to it yet, but I really want to go. I really want to go. All right. Red Day is coming up. Red Day is May 14th. We are going to help the Los Amigos um, Rehabilitation Center in Downey. So we're going to be cleaning up the pediatric wing picnic area. So we need supplies. You got to sign up at the front desk sign up to bring the supplies. Things like sponges and scour pads and dish soap and for the cleaning part, right? Cleaning supplies. What else? Oh, and also we're going and your money. Let me not say we need your money. Why? Because we're feeding them. So after we clean up the area, we wanted to host a luncheon and have the pediatric patients and their families and the staff come eat with us. Okay. And so we're currently scheduling a taco person to come. So please, please, please donate your funds. We need them and we need you to do it now so we know how much we have. Okay. All right. All right. Industry news. So I don't know if you guys heard, but this has been a real big thing. The Real Brokerage has announced their plans to acquire Remax. So it's an $880 million deal. And so Remax is one of the oldest franchises in the world, founded in 1973. And so they are going to be acquired if this goes through by Real, which is one of the newest um, brokerages, and Real is not a brick and mortar. They are online brokerage, a very different model than Remax. And quite frankly, if you follow social media, Real has been very adamant about um, dissing. I don't know a better word. My old school folks on this call will know what dissing means, but making fun of and criticizing the old model. um, and Remax is one of the oldest models. And now they are acquiring them. So this is going to be very, very interesting. If you guys know any Remax agents, and if they call and vent, let them know that we're here for them, right? Because this is real. This is a very interesting shakeup. For us, it's business as usual. To be honest with you, for us, it's business as usual. We are literally one of the only franchises that has not changed our identity and who we are. We've been the same franchise since Gary Keller founded Keller Williams way back when. Okay, so it's nice to know that things around us are stable, even though our industry is having a bunch of shakeups with consolidations and reorganizations and things like that. Um, but that is all going toward um, that's all going toward the market, and people trying to companies obviously trying to make big moves to be able to control the market. You guys, it's business as usual for us. Get out there, get your clients, be in contact with your clients, and get those deals, right? This has nothing. I just wanted you guys to know this because it's out there and you're going to hear about it. Because it is a pretty big, I mean, it's a pretty big purchase, right? And Remax being one of the oldest, if not the oldest, franchise, I wanted you guys to know about it. All right. Then the other thing that we've been following pretty closely is the DOJ and the Fed, um, the new Fed chairman being inducted and or voted in, and he has not yet been, I think it's called confirmed. Yeah, he has not been confirmed yet. But the biggest deterrent to that was that the DOJ had had a case against Jerome Powell. And so those that are on the board were like, well, we're not gonna bring anybody in here until that's been set. They felt that the probe was strictly political, and it was because obviously Trump wanted to get rid of Jerome Powell because he was not doing exactly what Trump wanted him to do. This isn't political. This is facts. This is what the articles are saying, right, and have been saying. And so now the DOJ did drop the case. And so now that will they're saying that will give way to actually confirming Warsh, Kevin Warsh. Now, why is that significant to us? Kevin Warsh is like Trump is very much in favor of the interest rates being dropped and the Fed cutting the rate. So if this happens where he does get confirmed, we may see interest rates actually ease, and we may see it now. Sometimes when things like this happen in anticipation of the Fed making a move, interest rates drop. Right? We have seen that in the past where they've already dropped. So when the Fed cuts the rate, it doesn't really significantly drop because there was already the interest rates already dropped in anticipation of it. So, and if the interest rates drop, that will obviously make buyers more interested in the market, and we could see it heat up. Okay, that's the whole point, is that we could see it heat up. All right, let's see. I got a question in the chat. Any update about the 50-year? No update about the 50-year mortgage. There was talk about that, but that has since died down. I haven't heard anything about them putting in the 50-year mortgage. Um, they are using a different, well, no, I don't even want to say it because I don't know. I can't remember it. So But all right, guys, that is it for today. I hope everybody got something from the call, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Let me know if you need anything, and guys, get out there and get some business. All right, bye bye, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, guys.